Hi, welcome to Holistic IAS. This is C. Hare Krishna. In this video, we will have a small discussion on black fungus. The black fungus, otherwise the black fungus disease, technically mucormycosis, is being reported from across the various states and union territories in India. In fact, the high number of cases were reported from Maharashtra, followed by Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Haryana, even though the cases are regularly being reported from other parts of the country also. Now, before exactly discussing what is black fungus and how it develops and all, so first of all, we should have some idea on what is this fungus actually. Fungus, fungi, plural. The fungi are, in fact, a group of organisms which are commonly called molds. And the term mold is associated with all these different types of fungi. Fungi are basically eukaryotes. So classification, if you observe, as per the classification of the living organisms, fungi are eukaryotes along with plants and animals. So in fact, what are eukaryotes? Eukaryotes are those organisms which are made up of eukaryotic cells. So, and what is a eukaryotic cell? A eukaryotic cell is such a cell where there is a distinct nucleus and where there are different types of cell parts. Okay, like you basically know that each and every cell will have a nucleus in which the genetic material is present, and there are various parts of the cells, other parts of the cells other than nucleus, like mitochondrion and at the same time Golgi complex. In the case of plants, chloroplast. Such type of cell with a distinct nucleus and other cell parts is eukaryotic cell. And there is another type of cell called prokaryotic cell, which is a primitive type of cellular organization, and there is no definite nucleus. And bacteria are very good example for such a prokaryotic cell. So hence, as a whole, the organisms here are of two types: eukaryotic organisms, which include fungi, plants, animals, and prokaryotic organisms, which include bacteria. So the first most important thing that you should identify is that these fungi and bacteria are different altogether. The fungi are close to plants and animals as eukaryotes, whereas the bacteria are prokaryotes. So having said this, if you look at these fungi, there are a variety of fungi here. So the basic structure of the fungus, if you observe, the fungal structure, the body of the fungus, what I call the body of the fungus is mycelium. So, and it is filamentous, otherwise threadish. And if you look the microscope, if you look under the microscope, this mycelium, if you look under the microscope, what you find is there are so many branches within the mycelium called hyphae. Within the mycelium, we can see so many branches called hyphae. Now, these fungi basically they are propagated by spores. So if you place any food item open, within few hours to some days, we can see a mold appearing on the food item, and this is because the spores of the fungus are there in the air, and most of the fungal spores, if you observe, will be there more in outdoors when compared to the indoors. So hence fungi are everywhere in the form of spores. Now these fungi basically they are heterotrophs, that is they depend on others for food material, but at the same time they are not like animals. So even though animals are also heterotrophs, the fungi they feed on the dead and decaying organic matter. What do you mean by when I say they feed on the dead and decaying organic matter? They are saprotrophs. Sapro meaning dead, troph means here the nutrition. So they feed on the dead and decaying organic matter. These fungi, they act as decomposers and help in nutrient recycling in the soil. And that is the most important thing here, because the fungi are very important for the maintenance of the ecosystem. Especially plants get nutrition mostly because of the decomposing activity of these fungi. Such fungi, again, they are useful fungi and harmful fungi. If you look at some examples of useful fungi, yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungus. So this yeast is used in baking industry. Yeast has great use in fermentation, especially in making a variety of alcoholic beverages, isn't it? And Penicillium is another good example of a fungus. So Penicillium notatum, Penicillium chrysogenum, from which we can produce the penicillin antibiotic. Similarly, there are mushrooms again. So mushrooms are all fungi. Remember, mushrooms are not plants. Mushrooms are fungi. You should remember this, that mushrooms are not plants, they are fungi. Now these mushrooms, again, there are many edible mushrooms, at the same time poisonous mushrooms. Now coming to the harmful fungi, these harmful fungi cause diseases among the plants, animals and humans. If you look at, many crops are being damaged by fungal diseases regularly. The famous rust, smut diseases are caused by fungal pathogens, and in fact the great Irish famine of 1845, mainly it was due to late blight of potato caused by the fungus Phytophthora infestans. So fungi are there everywhere. There is a fungus by name Aspergillus flavus which produces aflatoxins, and all these different types of pulses and grains, one or the other way, they are contaminated by these aflatoxins. And remember, this question was asked in civil services preliminary exam, that is Aspergillus flavus aflatoxins aspect was already asked. Now coming to the human diseases, yes, fungi also cause diseases in humans, but majority of these fungal diseases in human, they are all opportunistic. See, most of these fungal pathogens, they can cause disease only when they come across a weak individual. So they cannot really cause diseases in healthy people with good immunity. Now coming to this fungus called black fungus, the black fungus disease is caused by the fungi, especially the mucor species of fungi, which cause the black fungus. And this particular species, this mucor fungus, belongs to the family Mucorales. And remember one thing, that this fungus basically lives in soil, in the compost, even on the wood we can see this type of fungus, since it appears in black color, black fungus. Now black fungus, basically even a healthy individual, even if a healthy individual inhales the fungal spores of this black fungus, nothing happens, as the immune system doesn't allow it to grow. But those individuals who are weak, for example, those people who have undergone organ transplantation, so these people will be given immunosuppressant drugs so that the organ that has been added to the body, should be able to adjust itself, otherwise the immune system will destroy this. So better you suppress the immunity, so immunosuppressant drugs will be given. This makes the immunity weak and thereby a chance for growth of such fungus. Similarly, those individuals who are having prolonged administration of antibiotics, they are vulnerable to this fungus. And even those people who are chronic diabetics, so they are also very much vulnerable to this type of black fungus disease. Now coming to the COVID-19 patients, why do you think that the COVID-19 patients have these black fungus? Because see, the COVID-19 patients are put on steroids, and these steroids really, they suppress the immunity, and this is because of the fact that whenever the COVID-19 attacks, in most of the people, the COVID-19 virus has resulted in hyperimmune response. So this over-immune response in these COVID-19 patients has resulted in inflammation of the lungs and even damaging other organs, leading to multiple organ failure. So in order to prevent this hyperimmune response, steroids are used. Hence, those people who are put on these steroids, especially the COVID-19 patients, so these people, even after recovery, especially 12 to 15 days after the recovery, their immunity levels were reduced to that extent that these black fungal spores develop, germinate. So that is the major reason why the COVID-19 patients had been having this. Now this black fungal spores, so basically in the COVID-19 patients, it is found to attack sinuses, it is found to attack lungs, even central nervous system including brain. And the symptoms of the black fungus in these patients were found to be headache, fever, running nose, and reddening and swelling of the skin around the nose, eyes, and at the same time facial pain in the face is one such symptom, and blurred vision, and sometimes the black fungus resulted in blurred vision, even loss of vision. So in order to prevent further expansion of the virus, so some patients had undergone surgical removal of the eye. Surgical removal of the eye has been done. So hence, this is a major issue that's going on. Early treatment of the black fungus with drugs like amphotericin B definitely can result in good response, but still we are seeing the increasing cases of black fungus. Now, the WHO already had clearly mentioned that that there is a need, not there is no need for giving these type of drugs, steroid drugs, in the early days of treatment of COVID-19 patients. Even ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, has very clearly given some directions in which only 5 to 10 days of steroid administration should be given to the COVID-19 patients. So it's very clear that the black fungus, can be treated, and based on the way we efficiently manage the steroids in the COVID-19 patients. And recently there has been some news about white fungus from Patna in Bihar, but remember, this white fungus as such is not a disease. Okay, white fungus, there is no such fungal disease called white fungus, and whatever has been reported is candidiasis caused by Candida albicans, so which causes oral thrush, white colored structure within the mouth over the tongue. And even this candidiasis, which is now being called as white fungus, even attacks and grows in the nails, in the lungs, okay, on the skin, so even on the genital organs. So don't consider this white fungus as a special disease. So remember, for more such videos, I want you to subscribe to this particular channel, and even you can download the Holistic IAS app from the link given in the description below. So thank you, all the best.